Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike. We're getting ready to start the week off. While it's warming up in here in St. Louis, we're going to head south where it's definitely warm. How about Costa Rica? We're in Miami preparing to depart for there for Virtual American. And we hope you grab a seat and enjoy the flight. We've got a pretty good weather leg. I don't see much in the way of weather. Could have a runway change down there. We'll see how the day progresses. All right, we're sitting on the line here, ready to go Miami to Liberia International in Costa Rica. That one of 4 other international airports in Costa Rica. I didn't know that part. But I guess every airport probably pretty much has to be international. So, without further ado, this is the Zibo 737, and we are headed south. Oh, so hang on, folks. Let's get up in the office and take a look at what we got ahead of us. All right, so we're in the 737 cockpit. I think most of us will say, yeah, that's what it is. This aircraft is a free mod in X-Plane. You don't pay a dime other than the price of admission to own a copy of X-Plane 12. That's it. So the arms and legs you pay elsewhere, you don't here. All right, so let's get to work. Looking at our chart here and our flight from Sim Toolkit, the unofficial scorekeeper of Flying with Mike, you can see how our departure kind of works us with the keys and then out to sea. The Mainer 3 departure will do to Fundy, Alavik to Selleck, and then on to the UM328. To get us all the way down there. We'll even fly through a little bit of Nicaragua. I'm not sure if part of that's Belize or not, but believable. Yes, Belize. I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to have a payload of 38,528 pounds. Yes. We're going to have a block fuel of 23,244 pounds. That is true. And we're going to fly with 172 peeps behind us. So the only thing that may or may not creep in is the 8,400 pounds of cargo. It'll be whatever it takes to get us to 38,500. So planned takeoff today, 8 right, landing runway 7 questionable in Liberia. In Liberia, Costa Rica. Cost index for the flight 78, and we're going to head at a flight level of 340. Sounds pretty enticing. All right, coming out of here, 060 at 13, gusting to 22. The winds with a light rain, 10-mile visibility. And technically, it's marginal out there, but technically it is instrument rules. So, hey, at 2,900 feet, just so close. Overcast 7,000. But we can see 10 miles, so hey, it's not a bad day here in Miami. It's 70 degrees, so hey, that makes it even better. It's a balmy 20 here in St. Louis. Woo, mucklucks can come off. No. Woo. Get the shorts on and sit out in our chairs now. Oh, man. All right. Over in Costa Rica, we've got a west wind, and this is where the question mark comes in on the landing runway. 280 at 5 really does favor runway 25. So we'll kind of see if ATC comes up, they'll answer the question for us. Otherwise, we'll try to figure it out ourselves. Or we just might go with the 5-knot or so tailwind. Who knows? KVOC and a balmy 82. So definitely heading down to where it is warm. So, all right. As you can tell, maybe not. You can see maybe some of the rain. Did I? No, I did not. I thought I did. Bear with me here as I get us signed in. Hang on a second. That's what I'm looking for. Get some numbers in here to get this flight plan filled out and ready for action. And being Miami, I always try to check to ensure nobody's in the spot that I've chosen. Not to say they won't. Some enjoy, you know, causing that heartache. But it's no heartache to me. I'll sit there and push back right out from under them. So, all right, let's see. One last look out here. Oh, love that brick wall. All right, let's take a look real quick here. Miami, yeah, there's a few here, so let's make sure. It looks like we'll be okay to go. Click. We are going to be, just for those keeping score, American Airlines 1383. All right, we're looking at, okay, 517. Okay, so 0517 in the box. We've been forgetting that here lately, so I'm glad I caught that early. All right, let's get some things started here, like the get the jetway in and all of that. Now, we have a neat thing called airside service here, where it's basically Zibo is connected to your SimBrief account. Pluses and minuses. Great plus here. Works phenomenally off your flight plan, pulls it in, all of that good stuff. The winds aloft, though, get kind of dicey. A lot of times we end up with no wind when we do our wind forecasting and all of that in the FMC. So that's kind of a bummer. Not really sure how the real side of the world does it, but in the flight sim world with SimBrief, that's a bummer, because what Toolkit uses, 9 out of 10 times we get an update. So I don't know what that means, other than we pretty well will be updated with Toolkit. Whoa, that right there concerned me. Hang on. Backing out. Weight and balance. Payload. Next, and next. And that's what I thought. Home. Fuel, airside. Let's try that again. Oh, I know what's causing this. I know exactly what's causing this. I got so used to flying Toolkit, I forgot you have to load the flight plan. Basically, how this works is there's an XML file you would download, put in with your flight plans along with your flight plan. And while it signals me, because I do have the SimBrief downloader, normally with Tolus, I don't screw with it. Tolus doesn't work from that. Oh well. So that's where that happened. All right, so 172, that sounded right. Hang on, just doing some verification here. We should be getting 133,517 pounds or 71 pounds, and we do, of ZFW. And the fuel, 23,244. That all looks good. Hey, they're even going to give us our cargo weight. How about that? So let's activate. And you're going to see from here on, I don't touch a thing regarding the aircraft servicing. And that's why I love this system. The jetway comes in. Eventually, the door will open. They'll start fueling. Matter of fact, we can monitor, go back one page. They'll start fueling. They'll put the baggage loaders up to the plane. I mean, it's pretty slick. And look at that. Somebody decided, yeah, they thought it'd be cute. So anyway, yeah, I knew someone would. So, but anyway, like I said, they can do what they want. They're going to find out when this aircraft pushes back. They didn't care. So, but anyway, there's the main door opening, and we'll soon hear from Captain Morgan giving us his finest in aviation fuel.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
All right. And there's the hint for how to get people boarding. Up on the overhead panel, just set the chime switch to on. We'll do that in a few. Let's get up top, do our checks, and get going. Okay, 3 green, that all looks good. Coming to a line. We'll get back to this in just a second. Figure that looks good. All right, what this is telling you, when you set the display selector to heading status, I say this every Zibo flight because I didn't know this for quite a while. I always wondered in FSX, how long does it take for these guys to align? Right here. Just on the status, instead of getting your status code, it's telling you how long to alignment. Then you just want to make sure you put them in nav. Okay, real quick, coming down, all looks good. Okay, you can see the entry doors open and the aft cargo door open. And I think we're going to head down and set up down here. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, so we'll click FMS, clear. Currently good until Christmas Eve on nav data, so expect it somewhere around Christmas time. That'll be next week, I think. Yeah, next weekish. Let's see. So let's put in KMIA for our reference airport. Now, the cool thing here is you don't have to put your position in here. What you do is you come down to your GPSs and you pick one of those two which are exactly the same. I'm going to go with the top one. Then we go back. Oh, let's do the back. There we go. Otherwise, it's 2 more pages. All right, and then you could put your gate in, but that's, you know, up to you. I haven't found that to help in any way, nor have I found this MRLB. Wrong. Did I say right? It is MRLB. I typed it wrong. Oh, geez. In the, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. MRLB. Okay, there. B. Now we got it right. Okay, so that technically I don't think is required, but I put it in out of habit. And let's see how we're doing over here. Fuel at 58%. We're going to go ahead and put the flight plan in. And again, it's not tied via your EFB like most aircraft. It is tied by an XML file. Hang on, let me oh, hang on. Oh, this weather. Okay, so let's go to route real quick. Oh, we are on route. Hey, wake up. Fundy, and there's our routing. Okay. Okay, so we've activated, we've executed. Let me kind of show you what we're talking about. I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit in only because it's the easiest animal out here to explain it off of. Okay, so let's go to our flight. Well, I say that now. Did Sim Toolkit lock up? There it goes. Like, what the heck? All right, so you would come up here to downloads. I believe it's all the way at the bottom. Okay, you've got Zibo XML. You could download it, and then you could download whichever one you want there. Or you could use their downloader, which will download it for each of these different things into the right locations. All right. But it's this file right here that is, you're not seeing this. That's why my system was going, hey, you don't have it all up. So this is the one that's critical, Zibo Mod 737. You would either download it and then download one of these two, X-Plane 11/12 or X-Plane 11/12. No SID, no SAR. Difference is one has your SID and STAR put in by SimBrief, the other doesn't. Or you could use SimBrief's downloader, and all that'll do is put whatever aircraft you tick off in that in the right locations for those aircraft. But it's this XML file here, that is the one that runs it all. So that's why you don't have to set up your EFB. Okay. All right, so there's our flight, by the way. We will be using takeoff performance and landing, but you do have this option here. I'd like to show it. The big thing here is over where it says nothing to show. That is going to be a runway map with speeds and the calculated values. Okay, if you go the way I plan to go, oh boy. Using these two, you don't get the map. So, I think, come on, SimBrief, what is going on with you today? SimBrief is maybe having some issues, so we'll play by ear how that goes. All right, let's take a look over here. I haven't heard him say he's done refueling, but he's getting real close. All right, so let's get in here and finish up our flight planning. We're on the Mainer 3 departure for 8 right. Oh, excuse me. All right. So I don't have some toolkit up here. But basically we're going to face west, taxi out November to Quebec and get on the runway there. ATIS is saying 8 left, 8 right, 1, 2, and 9 are the departure runways. And oddly enough, the arrival runways. Go figure that. All right, but we're going to use 8 right. So we'll come in here, click departure, arrival, departure. And double checking. Oh, wrong airport. There we go.
Ground to flight
8
deck,
right.
fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Perfect. We are full of fuel. Manor, tree. I do believe it is Fundi. Yes. Okay. And execute. Why I do that is, one, I want to make sure. I'm half tempted to go into my downloader and change that because, well, it's right now set up for runway 7 into Costa Rica, which technically may not be the conducive runway for us. All right, let's go to legs. And before we do we... Yeah, it looks like the aircraft figured out he was on top of me. All right. Okay, so Baller meant rum. Osti, Maynard, McClaw, Fundy, and Alvik. Perfect. And then we'll just kind of walk down. Looks, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. We're going in on the Ovadas 1 Sierra out of Ovada. Where's Ovada? Okay. And this is for runway 7, just so you know. We're going to leave that for now. This could change. Let me show you how I can see into the future. I can hear somebody go, oh, you got a TAF, terminal area forecast. I have that at my fingertip too, but no. All right, so here's Oviedo. And as you can see, it's going to line us up for pretty much the final for runway 7. Yep. Now, over here, you can see the wind chart. I got 2 knots crosswind, 7 knot tailwind. 2307 as of 42 minutes ago. Now, yes, we do have the ability to pull up the TAF. And that's what could be what we're working with. So we'll kind of keep an open mind right now. So we'll fit this in as we're out over the Gulf. All right, and so you can see us. Here we are. See, there's somebody pushing back right off of us. November to 8 right, and away we go. All right, now that we're loaded with fuel, I'm going to go ahead and punch on the APU. And we're aligned. Okay, we're in nav. All right, we've got the EPU coming alive. And once it's up and running, I'll turn the chime only switch here to auto or on. All right, and the hint is gone, and we'll just make sure we see at least one of the 1% of 172 coming aboard. There's the Pax boarding and one. All right, let's get into the perf. Actually, hang on. Let me get rid of charts. 3:30:14. Over here. Okay, that's all set. All right, we're good. Okay, our perf. Request. All request here is gonna do is whatever the airplane's at, put it plus what SimBrief says for the altitude cruise winds, which I find amazing. We get cruise winds, but that's about it. And while that's chewing in here, hang on. All right, now let's load it. Okay, the only thing we need is the reserve. Hang on, I'll get that. Looks like 5.7. Okay, everything else looks good. 34,000, 23, temperature, data looks good. Go to N1. My numbers are... Okay, flaps 5, takeoff. Oh, wait, are we showing wet or dry? Dry, okay. That's odd. It's been raining. Huh. Okay. We're not going to say anything. But it's odd. Okay, so takeoff 50, and it's going with climb 1, which is fine by me. Takeoff. CG, we'll click on, go to the next page real quick. Runway wind 050, diagonal 13. Runway slope. There is none. Okay. So up 0.0. Dang it. Diagonal, and we're looking at a heading of 092.
Miami traffic, this is Envoy 1449, taking to the active. via November to the holding short runway 8 right, Miami.
All right, and dry runway they're calling. I'm going to double check. Okay, they are indeed not putting any surface reports out, so we'll go with it. Okay, so we're set on this page. Come back. Everything looks good here. Flaps 5. Now, the speeds that come in, we're actually going to go, wow, 152. 154. I'll explain the disparity in a minute with SimBrief versus the aircraft. Okay, this is what the aircraft came up with. This is SimBrief. There's a message at the bottom, increased to improve climb limit. So that's what it was. So to get rid of it, just do that. And we're ready now to head up. Whoop, one too many. Plug in our numbers. So 170.
Miami traffic, this is runway 1449, taxi to the active right via November 5, Mike, holding short, 8 right up Quebec, Miami.
Zero 92 and 5,000 initial, and then we climb up from there. And we're at 63%. Let's finish it up. Let's see. Bleeds, fasten seatbelts will come on in a minute. We've got the altimeter, both sides and the middle. We've APU bleeds, flight directors on. Auto throttle off. Altitude set, fuel flow switch, and minimum set. Okay, landing gear levers down, 3 green, speed brakes down, flaps up, thrust levers, and parking brake set, fuel levers cut off, yaw damper. Just going across top, yaw damper on. We are ready to go. As soon as we get the call, the people are aboard. Welcome aboard to everyone. You're with Flying with Mike. We're in the final stages of getting ready to go. Just waiting on those stragglers to get aboard.
Folks, welcome aboard American Airlines. We're currently in the process of wrapping up the final paperwork. Should be on our way momentarily. It's a great pleasure to have you on board with us today. If you have any requests that will make your trip a little bit more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask one of your crew members. Again, welcome aboard.
I think I just heard the door closed. Oh, still open. Oh, we're still 13%. We're getting there, folks. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you're ready for this week. Got a week to go to Christmas, week and a half, so to speak. So procrastinators, it's getting down to that wire. I know the wire is actually 24 December. I know, but it's getting close. I do believe we passed the ship date to make sure it would get to the intended party's house. Believe that was Friday. May have been a little earlier than that, but anyway, hope you all got your stuff in the mail. Otherwise, it'll get there after Christmas for sure, but you never know. 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding doors are closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross check, verify staff, stand by for all call.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
All right, you all ready to go fly? I sure am.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Miami traffic, American 1383 pushing back stand Delta 21 for 8 right.
And bypass fin and survey. Release parking brake. Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
And carry-on baggage is under a seat.
Smoking is not allowed at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine.
U.S. laws require...
Oh. Yeah, it always helps to go the right way with the switch.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, we're about ready to get going here. We got a couple more checks to do after the tug gets out.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, we're good to go. Finish it up. All right, hydraulics. Flaps to 5, auto brakes rechecked, and we're ready to taxi. Miami traffic, American 1383 taxiing to runway 8 right. Hang on, let's do a quick... What? What did I do right finally? Huh. All right, let's see. Okay, hang on, folks. I'm gonna check something here real quick.
Miami traffic on forward, W420 is on device to arrival, Matthews transition for the ILS runway 9 approach.
That seemed to have helped. Not sure what's up with Swiss Air here, but hopefully I didn't hold up traffic too much. And Miami traffic, American 1383, continuing taxi to 8 right. Okay, let's get those taxi checks in. Okay. Miami area traffic, American 1383 departing 8 right, Manor 3 departure.
Miami traffic and on for 3420 is on a right base downwind traffic. Dallas runway 9 approach.
Okay, here we go. We'll line up, make sure everything's good and ready to go.
400. $1,000.
Miami traffic on board 3420. Turn on base for Dallas runway 9 approach.
Okay, we're on our way. I'll go ahead and start my timer a little late. Continuing our climb now to 34,000, and we're on our way. Don't know why the wing dipped like that on takeoff. But we are safely on our way. Okay, auto brakes off, engine start switches are good. And landing lights at 10,000. All right, I was thinking I could get better views, but I can't. All right, away we go. Oh, busy already. All right, so we are out of the Miami area, climbing up, and getting around some thunder showers between here and Cuba, and then should be smooth sailing all the way down. All right, we're through flight level 260. Got about 8 more thousand to go-ish. Call it 7 now. And we'll be at our cruise. So welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy the flight. And looks like about 2 hours to go. As we start a new work week. However, this is one of those work weeks where it may be the last for many of you full work weeks till the new year. With Christmas falling on a Thursday, I think I saw. Yeah, that trends usually that many companies will close on Friday. Not all, many. Oh, excuse me. In the trucking world, when I drove, boy, we loved when Christmas actually fell on a Friday. Most people would stay closed over the weekend, so we actually got a break. However, we hated it when it fell on a Sunday, because those that had to be to the East Coast by Monday, well, they didn't get much Christmas. Yeah, but anyway, that's the life, that unfortunately goes with that career. And I did it for about nine-ish years. And it was rough, not only on myself, but even more so on the family. So, but it paid the bills. And that's that's what we do it for. All right, as we begin to turn on to course to Fundy, we're just about to cruise. So, Inuasic, welcome aboard. You even got a couple of work from home days? What? Man, you're just styling, aren't you? I wish I could get a work from home day. Huh, that would be cool. I just don't know how I'd work from home and clean the floors in the grocery store. Don't know how that would work. But hey, I'm glad to hear that for you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, this pretty much is the last week for most full 5-day work weeks. Next week, you're looking at least 2, maybe 3 days off because of where Christmas falls. And remote controlled robot. Yeah, but then I might be out of a job permanently. But that's a great idea. Sometimes I feel like it steers itself and I'm just pulled along with it. But anyway, but yeah, for this week, next week, well, for this week, you'll have all 5. Week of Christmas, week in between, well, the week in between brings New Year's into play. So you guys may only have 2 or 3 days in the upcoming weeks. So that's awesome. And to be able to work from home while still work, at least a lot more comfortable environment. Remote controlled robot. That would be me in Inuasic. I'm the remote controlled. Management goes, "Hey, you clean that floor," and the robot. But that is a great idea in Inuasic. Matter of fact, I've had a couple customers in the store. They thought it was remote controlled till they saw me. And then they probably said, "Yeah, it is remote control." But but yeah. Glad to have you in here, sir. All I know is we're almost at 30 degrees. And what a goodness gracious. Welcome to the Midwest of the United States. It's no different than any other interior part of continents. One day you're 11, the next day you're 40. Oh, until we get into the hardcore winter. Oh, the manufacturing, yeah. You know, and I kind of noticed that in trucking too. That, yeah, the last 2 weeks of the year, a lot of things do just shut it down. Your big ones like GM, Ford, and such, yeah, they obviously do for let me say it properly, quote retooling. I'm not sure if they're retooling the equipment or the employee, but anyway, uh, yeah, you're right. It's a few work days. So, but yeah, um, and I did see that side of the house definitely our GM loads kind of slowed, but other sectors kind of pick up obviously because other things are coming holiday wise, you know, in the new year. So for us to haul, but grocery store wise, yeah, we're not getting a break. It actually starts ramping up next week for sure. Maybe this week it'll be a little heightened foot traffic as people are trying to beat the people next week to the food for the grand feast of Christmas. Hang on a second. All right, sorry about that, folks. Wife was going somewhere. I wanted to make sure I knew what was up in case, because I do know of one errand that needs to be done for a four-legged critter here that's 150 pounds. Yeah, big dog. But yeah, I did notice the way the freight moves and all of that when I drove a truck. Now, as for a grocery store, it's actually that's an interesting science in itself to watch. So, oh, but we all, you know, it's like, you know, a snowstorm coming, everyone swarms the stores to get their French toast, milk, eggs, and bread. Um, it's just, and I even noticed that on the road. Yeah, not much love at all there for the Messiah's message. Exactly. But it is, you know, it is interesting to watch, you know, from this is actually my first I'm trying to think, have I ever no, I have never seen retail, quote quote, granted it's grocery store, from this side of the fence. I'm always either delivering to it or something else. So it is kind of interesting to watch it. My first year watching the week before Thanksgiving. Now the week this will be the week before Christmas. How it will look. So I tell you, whew. Oh, last week, many challenges. It's an amazing I came out with a job. What was that behind me? Huh. Oh, I see what it was. I'll get it in a second. Let me make sure it's not making a mess. No, it's not. Okay. But yeah, it's definitely, you're 100% right there, Inusik. Definitely people don't remember Jesus's words. And boy, There's some great movies out there too about it. The one with, was it Schwarzenegger and oh, the comic. Oh, Chasing After the Toy. Oh, that was so funny. And even when I watch it now, I even laugh harder because I'm like, oh my God, I see people doing that for food, for different grocery items for Christmas. Oh, it cracks me up even harder. Sinbad. Sinbad was the name. And oh man. Good spoof, especially when you can put it in context with reality. So, all right, well, we're at 34,000. I got a couple things I need to do in here to make the comfort of the passengers better. Whoops, too much. Wing lights already off. And I'm pretty sure he's already done it, but let's be safe. Nope, he's already done it. But it always looks cool to look out the window. I saw a Facebook post. How somebody can get on a plane, and I witnessed this, so I have the same questions. And just get in your seat at the window seat you reserved, and I kind of know why. Slam the window shut and go to sleep. You did it so you wouldn't be disturbed with people going in and out. Why close the window, though? You get to see what God's created from 30-something thousand feet. And in this case, going to Alaska. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to beat a tar out of him, but they wouldn't let me on the plane for some reason. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going over God's country here, and you did that. But that's not what the story was. That's what happened with me. But the story went along the same lines as, why do you close off? Even if you're above the ocean, what you can still see out in that vastness that God created. What a great post that was in Facebook a few days, maybe a week ago. I wish I'd have saved it, but it was really good for those that got to close that window. That or they're afraid of heights, and I guess 34,000 feet would be kind of high, but you know, after watching The Amazing Race and a guy that was afraid of heights twice get challenged. First, walk out like a plank style steel protrusion out of a building in Prague, I think it was. Some 30, 40 stories in the air, and retrieve their next clue. I felt for the guy. I get it. You're afraid of heights. That's kind of an extreme. But then to end by having to rappel down the Empire State Building. Whoo, poor guy. I wonder if he's still afraid of heights. But yeah, I get it. I mean, that is a serious fear for people, and I get it. I mean, I even get queasy in certain things. So I get it. We all have a tolerance for heights. But, oh, anyway. But it was fun. That was a neat Facebook post, and like I said, I wish that I saved it now. Don't be that one that slams the window shut. Another great show that my granddaughter watches, the Bluey. Yeah, you heard it right, Bluey. And it's actually a pretty good show for adults, too. Believe it or not, this kid's show's actually, that's pretty good for it. Yeah. How rude is what Bingo would say in that show. But yeah, that's 15, 20-minute episodes, and they're actually pretty good. So those Aussies made a pretty good show out of that. That amazing. Yeah, they'll turn it on upstairs here while the granddaughter's up here playing here, and then she'll go down in the basement, and they'll come back and goes, "You never turned it off?" No, it's a good show. So, all right, well, let's get on. We got about an hour and 45 minutes to go. I'm just going to go ahead, kick some music on. Wish I could put some Christmas music on, but it's hard to find not copyrighted material at Christmas, which is kind of weird too, but you would think you could. But enjoy the flight. We got, like I said, an hour and 45-ish minutes, and we'll be in a much warmer place, Costa Rica. Oh, man. So, but anyway, what you got to see there, folks, I'm sorry, I had it muted. And we actually had a lot more fun after that. Sorry. I love an audience of one, me. Actually, I got a great audience right now, but when you're muted, it's an audience of one. But yeah, let me talk it through. So with ABC Camera, I gave you the link here not too long ago. It allows you to besides like you could camera, set camera things, to either do animated, where it's like you saw usually with me going, or ping, bang, bong, you're there. But the cool thing is the extended TCAS, for instance. And this one you saw, I don't know who or what it is, FAR 1240. Supposed to be an AN24. Kind of looks like an ATR. But yeah, it lets you see them. I don't know why it's in a perpetual bank, because that's what it was in before. But it allows you to see it. I don't know if you can see our contrail. Yeah, it's like perpetual bank. I don't get that. Or we could look at AVA 311. Abanga. Or simply come back to us. Oops, let's go back to us. There we are. So, and out in the distance, probably this way, were those two aircraft. I haven't looked them up to see. But yeah, it's a neat additional tool to allow you to see the traffic out here. It's called a better, hang on. Let me see if I can get that wording up quicker. A better camera. And now the link that I have is not completely up to date. I forget the number he had on it. I'm up to date now with it, but it's updatable by Skunkworks. So as the creator makes the updates, you can simply go in and update through Skunkcraft. So I'll put it back in there for those that haven't seen it. But where you had with X camera the ability to set cameras, you know, here or here or here or back here, you had the ability with X camera to animate it to where it would, you know, go through the cabin to get to here. I really never liked that with default. I like the crispness of being able to get right where I want. Now in the cockpit it might be kind of cool to slide down and stuff, but again, it comes down to user preference. My preference is a whole lot different than your preferences. Where we may have some similarities, we have probably some very vast differences. So, but yeah, it's a great tool, and it's free, which makes it even better, folks. Like I said, I am in the business for as much free as I can get. My only problem why you don't see a lot of sceneries, and there are some really good free ones out there, you have to pile it up with all these different other files that go oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Dang it. Expire, for lack of a better word. 2 or 3 weeks after installing it, and you get that big black message, there's a problem loading the scenery. And if you don't have your sim set right, that message could actually crash you to desktop. So That's why I don't do a lot of freebies. And I wish that the scenery makers would just put, and I get it. Okay, I understand what's in those scenery packs is a lot. And for us to have it and pull from it is great. But I always wished it could be just done in the scenery. So that, again, flying with my preference. I just hate having to update. And some of this, you forget what you got. And you forget to update. Oh, there's that stupid message again. But we are looking into one of the first purchases I'm looking to make here soon, the Fearless Cargo 747. Then we might look into a couple more sceneries. I've had my eyeballs on a couple. Frame rates are what always worry me with them. They're already, one isn't really all that bad. One of them is, and I keep those close hand because I kind of like it to be a little surprise when they come on. But I've noticed my normal people that catch them aren't seeing them, like they're thinking I actually bought them when I don't have them installed yet. Love it. And there's some in Europe that I want to get too. So places that, you know, way I work with scenery is it's where I visit frequently. To just go out and buy a scenery for XYZ and only fly it once, that's a waste of money to me. Sorry, and I don't mean to slight the developer. Yeah, I just can't do that. Same with airplanes. If I'm only going to fly it once, now I've got a couple in here that after flying them, they stink. And that's why you don't see them hardly, if at all. I hate when I buy aircraft that are just problems after problems. And who knows, maybe one day I'll dabble into the world of making an airplane. So, well, I'm going to let y'all enjoy the music. I'm going to kick back here, relax, as well as you. Hey, it's the Christmas time, folks. Relax. Sure don't get it as soon as you step out your door. So, enjoy. All right, folks, back with you. And the temperature, at least here in St. Louis, so for those of you east of us, I hope you're listening, temperature is above freezing at this time. It's coming. It's going your way. I don't know how long it'll take to get there. Plus, with the snow on the ground in many of those places, that could help refrigerate it and keep it the temperature in check. So hopefully you all get to enjoy the 40s. But anyway, yeah, good news there. Now, bad news could be then a green Christmas here. Hard to tell. The way the weather's been of late in St. Louis, especially this year, you just don't know. So it'll be, you know, when we wake up Christmas morning, it'll be how it'll be. So but yeah, there you have it. We are above freezing in St. Louis. Hard to believe we were in the teens for highs yesterday. And again, remember, the U.S. is Fahrenheit, so when I say 17 degrees out there, it's not 17 degrees Celsius. Oh, would that be nice? It's cold. It would be something like minus 5-10 degrees Celsius. Oh, now I can hear people shivering. Up, and here comes, and you know, I'll tell you one interesting thing about that yesterday. Those of you watching the stream yesterday would have heard this. The sun was out all day, and it was in the teens for highs. 17, I think, is how high I saw it get to here. And that sun coming through the window felt like 100 degrees. Oh my gosh, did it warm my office up. I actually had the window almost fully open to try to ventilate, get some cool air in here. Yeah. Now, if we could only generate that sun to the land, that would have been nice. But wasn't the way God planned it yesterday. So, but then to say that we were in the teens, like I said, 17 degrees Fahrenheit, and today we're looking at a high temperature of 40. Whoa, no wonder I ache and hurt all over, on top of what I do for a living right now. So I hope you all are having a little bit of a nicer weather day. Where we're headed is actually in the 80s. And yes, we are live weather. Is that? For a second, I thought is that EVA over there? Oh, he's over there. Okay. I just found one of the aircraft we were tracking on a VATSIM. Speaking of which, or VAT radar, sorry. Let's bring that in. All right, there we got. Ours is 1383, the green one. There's 311, and where are they headed? El Salvador. Looks like we got a 747-800 headed to Caracas. Did I say 800? It's actually -8. And here's where we're headed with the rain. There we go. So that aircraft is headed to MSLP. We're headed to MRLB. He is not on TCAS. Let's see if by chance his contrail is visible. Doesn't look like we're going to see it that way. Nope. So really the only way we see that aircraft... Ooh, nice carrier shot. There's the cruiser. For those of you into helicopter landing, there you go. Really, those can be very tricky in the real world. Whether X-Plane made it that tricky or not, I don't know. There's us. Up, it doesn't show. Oh, AVA is no longer in range. I'd die laughing if I see the Blue Angels lined up. But there you have it. The, which carrier? Nimitz? Somewhere out here in the middle of nowhere. Trying to read what's on the SAT box. And the cool thing is you get the frame rates down here with this and general location. There's a time clock you could put in to help tell you what time it is. But as much as we sometimes fly not real, I'll just use what's on board the plane. But hey folks, check that out. ABC camera, great utility. The creator's done a great job with it, and the fact that it's updatable through Skunkcraft is amazing. And to be able to go off and see like we were earlier, even though model matching doesn't come together always. It was definitely not an AN-24, that's for sure. But what you're looking at is Zibo. We're in X-Plane 12, 3.3. This update brought us the utilization of the weather radars to a higher level. I'll be honest, I don't think I mean, other than the 737, I didn't really. I'm a little let down, let's put it that way. And it's probably because, well, I don't think I'm probably using them properly. But I don't use the G1000 suite, which I know they did a lot with. The King Air didn't seem to have much with it, and have not tried it yet with the Citation 10. So, well, those aircraft are scheduled, so I'm trying to, I'm working on getting them to stream, but I do have ideas with them, and we'll see. But yeah, those were I'm a little let down, only because I think it's learning curve on me. So the fact that they're there, that people who do know how to use the radars are being blown away by them. So really a great addition. Coming in X-Plane 4 or 12.4, I'm optimistic, and we'll see what they bring to bear. I am going to be flying out of LEB. Is that the name of the airport they're going to be updating? Hang on. Let's see, General. Yeah, LEBB, Bilbao Airport, wherever that is in Spain. I do want to fly a flight out of there here soon. So get ready for that. Uh-oh, something coming in from Zibo. Okay, something with this latest update in the Zibo world was not going right, and doesn't appear to be, and it's hard to tell. I was shocked. There were some things that I normally expect that didn't happen. So which, thank you. And we are flying for Virtual American Airlines. It's part of the Fusion Airlines group of like 6 or 7. You can get to them at virtual-aal.com. I'm gonna warn you folks, read the fine print with these folks. They're a great airline, great virtual group, great activity in their Discord, great technology with VAMSys and Pegasus, but they do push to fly in a more realistic style, and make sure you're comfortable with what could happen to flights you fly. So if you're not comfortable in your aircraft, they fly anything American. So not American made, but American Airlines. So they fly 737s, they fly Airbuses, they fly 787s, 777s, and the RJs, the CRJs, the Embrias. So be mindful going in what the rules are, and if you sign on the dotted line, at that point it's on you. You have your chance to decide. I'm being very serious here, because when I first joined, they kind of ticked me a little bit, and it took a little bit of flying with it to understand what they were doing. And I've got a lot of hours, folks, on here, but this is not geared for fun time. They're they're into it to help you be a better flight sim pilot. So check them out, though. They are a good group. Just make sure you understand what the group is like. And that's all of their airlines, from Piedmont Virtual to Lufthansa, LATAM, FedEx. Not the FedEx I fly for, but they're really well run, well-oiled machine. And I think you'll like them. But again, if you're a novice at flight simming, this is one I would recommend. Read it and then work on your flying to then come back to them, because it will upset you. I have other VAs that I fly for, folks, that are a lot easier on novice flight sim pilots, and easier to get yourself more comfortable with these planes. So questions, hey, give me, DM me, I'll talk more. I in any way want to disrespect this airline, because they're actually a very good organization. It's just very tight on the rules, and then it's their baby. They're allowed to be how they want. So that's why I say be warned. The faint at heart, you're gonna be grumbly many days with them. All right. Matter of fact, they're one of the new rules put into effect. We're going to be flying into Liberia, so we're going to see how that all transpires. It's called the stable approach. They've activated it, and if you're used to kind of all over the place on your approach, they're going to ding you for it. So that's one example of why I say read before you go. Okay, I'll join. Flying with Mike's there. This guy's there that I know. This guy's there. I'll join him. Oh, be careful. I'll get into more of what the rules as it pertains to the Pegasus ACAR system that VAMSIS uses, Virtual American and all of their airlines use, and what is stated to get the points or to lose a lot of points. Okay, speaking of which, we are about 350 miles out. We got any aircraft nearby? Let's take a look. Whoop, I gotta do this. Nope, Perry and Nimitz are all we have nearby. All right, taking a look at the weather here real quick. Oh, the sun is starting to get after me. May have to close my window. Now here it is. Remember when we pre-flighted, I said we may have to change runways. But the TAF was kind of teeter-tottering as to when we get there, what it would be. Okay, as of 37 minutes ago, the METAR coming out of Liberia, 090 at 7, KVOC 34 degrees. We departed, it was 255 or something like that. See how the winds changed on us? That's why we're going to keep it like it is. So bear with me a second. I have got to get rid of the big orange glow in the sky in the back of my eyeballs here and beginning to heat up my space. Stand by. All right, I'm back with y'all. Okay, let's get in here and plan this out. Okay, first let me bring in charts so we can see what we're doing. Okay, as you can see, we're in a little area where radar and such coverage isn't there as we approach the mainland. However, here's the METAR again, 42 minutes old, 0907 KVOC. Okay, nice thing about charts. Okay, we have the Ovada 1 Sierra. It looks like this. Pretty much a standard JEP chart. Our ATIS is 127,775 if one comes available. Airport 272 feet above sea level. Transition here is 20,000 feet. Flight level 200. And this page is only runway 7 RNAV arrivals. Now, ILS, yeah, I know, isn't that. So if we did the RNAV, we would most likely be right, right in line with this. So the big number takeaways is above 18 at Ovado, above 12,000 at IMOLA, and then above 6,000 at Dudku, Matum at 5,500. That's pretty easy. That's actually already in there. Okay. What we have to do is come in here and select. We do have an ILS, we have an RNAV, and a VOR. All right, so let's see what we got. We can just click here for select. Approaches that connect for runway 7. RNAV. Now, we could use final to come in on this, but I think I'll back it up. Well, let me take a look at this chart. RNAV, RNIP. Let's do it. So we're going to do the RNAV to runway 7. Okay, if you don't mind, let me add to route. There we go. All right. Let me look at the Ovado. Imola, Cape. Oh, I clicked. Sorry, folks. 7B or LB 709. Dudko. Matum. Govix. Oh wait, I missed Otari. Okay, Otaru, Govix, LB 720. Altitudes 1900. $3,000 at Govik and Matum at no faster. Okay. Govix 8, call it 9, and we're 4 more out to Otari. Okay, good. That's all looking good. And with Romaco, where's Romco? Okay, that all looks good. Well, darn it. It would have been nice if the chart wasn't in the way. But basically what we did is we went here, clicked arrival, selected RNAV and the via transition Beta 1 Sierra, and then checked everything. Okay, we're about 260 miles out. All right, so those of you just tuning in, welcome aboard Flying with Mike. We are with Virtual American Airlines today. Flight 1383, service from Miami to Liberia in Costa Rica, flying in the Zibo 737. If you're watching us here for the first time on Twitch, we would love for you to hit that follow button and follow us, follow on. It's free, and you just get an email if you have notifications turned on. If you're watching this from YouTube, once it releases later today, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. Love to have you aboard. It too is free. and it's just going to let you know in that email when we release a video. So we'd love for you all to join the family. Welcome aboard and Merry Christmas. Hope you all are having a fantastic Monday. Yeah, I know. There really isn't anything ever good about a Monday, unless it's actually your Friday. But anyway, not many of us get to claim that. So, but welcome in. We're glad to have you aboard. We just set up our arrival information into Liberia, Costa Rica. We're going to be doing the RNAV to runway 7, and weather and all looks conducive for it. So I hope you all enjoy. Hope you're ready for this. We sure appreciate you coming out and enjoying the day. Once on the ground, we'll try to see what we have time-wise available. Currently, we're looking at about 40-45 minutes till we're on the ground, so we'll kind of play it by ear. Quick background for those of you who've never tuned in to Flying with Mike. Hang on a second, okay. I have been in the flight simulation arena since about 1999, 2000, 26 years. Flown most of the Microsoft stuff out there from, I believe, FS 98, but it might have been 2000 that I started with, all the way through 2002, A Century of Flight and FSX. In the year 2020, I switched for the second time over to X-Plane. Back in 2008, I gave it a try and had a hard, it was night and day. 12 years between them. A lot happened between that time, and Laminar did a great job. And they sold me, and I haven't never looked back to not going on with the Microsoft suites. So that's what you're going to see here is X-Plane. X-Plane 12 to be exact. We are in X-Plane 12 3.3. All of us are awaiting now the 4.0 releases, unless something needs to be addressed immediately in this version. But I'm glad to have you aboard. Primarily, you're going to see with me, a lot of people call them tube liners. I like to fly the airline type aircraft, 737, Airbus, and heavies, 767 and 747. But don't think I won't dabble into a Piper Aero flight or a King Air C90 flight or even the Citation 10. So 2 of those are default with X-Plane. So you get them and you don't pay extra for them. And the aircraft I'm flying in, the Zibo 737, folks, you're going to find this to be on par, if in my opinion, much better than PMDG. That's my opinion, and it's free. So, yeah, take that with, the grain of salt, because I'm not here to sway you. I wish I had that ability to sway you to X-Plane, but that's your call. So, but I personally think this aircraft, the Zibo, far better than what PMDG. Oh, there's a couple things PMDG can do because the platform allows for it, but put them up head to head. You're going to find out Zibo, for free, blows it out of the water. Now, if you're wanting to fly a 700, -900 or a -600 737, check out Level Up. They too were free, and they cover the bill. All right, so you can see where we are. Now I lost me. Where am I? I think I allowed myself to drift off the page. What? Who's flying this plane? Oh, there I am over Honduras. It's hard to see up there. Sorry, folks. So you can see where we are in relation to Liberia. Let me go ahead and pull that off for now and see where we are to top of descent. Oh, about 100 miles. So we're getting there, folks. So we're going to actually start in on our checks. All right, we need, well, let's first, since some didn't tune in while we were doing the arrival brief. Well, I clicked the wrong one. I wanted D-Link. All right, we left at 16, call it 1700 Zulu, off at 1710, and we'll soon be on. Let's get some... All right, as 1800Z, 090 at 7 kVOC, 34 degrees. Should be getting a new METAR here soon. All right, so we got our weather. Wait a minute. Oh man, I misread that. It's 170 miles? Okay, hang on. Let's do some arithmetic here. 3, 4 minus, what did we say? So approximately 100 miles out. Okay. All right, so when we get to MAGA MGA, that'll be pretty close to when we start our top of descent. Okay. Let's do this. MAGA was 112. Is that 112.1? Let's find out. Okay, 145 miles. So, okay, 157. That's a little after, so we're going to do it a little into it and then drop down from Managua. 12.8. All right, and that'll set us up there. All right, what I'm doing is just setting VORs, which usually en route I don't worry about too much. Oh. There we go. Wonder why I thought maybe I did that wrong. Who knows? All right. So we're set up, ready to go. Okay, got rid of that. Okay, So looking here, we have about 100 miles to MGA and 185 miles to our destination, Liberia International. And we're ready for descent. That's in about 112 miles. I misread the chart. So we're getting there, folks. Thank you so much for being a part with us. We sure appreciate having you aboard, and hope you've enjoyed the music in the background. It's there to help liven things up. All right. Get back to the mission at hand. Found out where LEBB is. That's not where I placed it in my mind. But that's okay. We'll head to Bilboa here shortly, day or two, see what that airport's like today before the update that's coming with it in the 4.0 age. I still have an idea, but it's a tough one. That would be a rather long flight. Well, not rather, it just like this one, a couple hours. Oh, speaking of long flights, Friday, hope you guys pack a lunch because we're departing Paris, France for JFK. And hope you enjoy the flight. 1700Z on Friday is the general start time. We may or may not be able to get up earlier. We'll see. There's a lot to go to get that plane ready. So Friday, this Friday, 1700Z will be heading to JFK out of Paris, France. And yes, we are planning to do it online. Currently scheduled, I think, at an 8-hour flight. We'll see how it comes in. I wouldn't be surprised 8.5 hours. That actually seems long. So we'll see how it turns out that day. So again, Friday, which will be the 20th? 19th. 19 December, 1700 Zulu. Mark your calendars. Actually, All right, this will make it a little easier. I didn't even think about this. So mark your calendars for this Friday. Will be a lot of fun. We don't get to see that. We do have another long haul flight that is gonna be in the works. I haven't decided when that one will come back from the Far East and to where. So if it'll go to Hawaii or if it'll actually head to the West Coast. All right, speaking thereof, we are 40 miles now out of Managua and about 50 miles, 55 miles from top of descent. All right, so we're going to kind of get ready for that. Okay, we're gonna pause the music as we prepare for our arrival. Like I said, I probably will back up the RNIP with the ILS. Charts, let me go ahead and bring that up real quick. ILS. Okay, 112.811.3. No, I won't. I'll just have it available. All right, let's do a quick run so we can get our numbers. Let me show you how we do this here on Flying with Mike. How much? Okay, we got very little time. Okay, so we're going to go to my tab here, SimBrief. Here's our flight, estimated landing weight 140.846, which is under our max. Good. Oh, not takeoff. Close. Landing. This will fill it in, and it'll give you your numbers. We're going to approach at 152. They're suggesting brakes 3. Runway is 9,000. We'll go with it. And flaps 30, brakes. Okay, so we're looking at about 6,300 feet of runway. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of stair step my way down to at least, I don't want to get under 18,000 at our first point. All right, and now there are a couple of ways to descend this bird. First, let's hit forecast, see if we get winds. Okay, our transition level looks good, 20,000. Oh, we're going to get some winds. How about that? Okay, go back to the descent page. Now you could click here or here to get the aircraft to descend. Let's use the FMC since last time it wouldn't behave. There's your descent. Now, I fully expect it to take its time down, but 18,000 by here. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead, put that V card together. 148. Still gonna plan. $152. Okay, 274 is minimums for this approach. Two, 7, 4. Okay. See, I don't like where this is hovering at 12,000 feet. It should be down a lot lower. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know if we operate on common traffic down here or not. Let's find out. Thinking we don't. It's odd I'm not getting a response. Okay. All right, so it's still over an hour old now. 2984. Okay, 20,000. All right, we had to restart Sim Toolkit. Not new. Okay. Oh, looks like Cuba came up behind us. All right, we're set up. Okay, sorry I was a little quiet there trying to get this beastie slowed down. We're going to make our 6,000 foot mark here at Dudku. We also got to be at 230, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down to 220 maximum. And then it's 230 also at Madam. Whoop, RNAV. And then we'll follow in the RNAV. Liberia area traffic here in Costa Rica. American 1383 approaching Matum, initial fix for runway 7. RNAV.
To go.
Okay, let's go ahead and begin to slow down to 200.
To go.
Okay, we're on the what? We got a full setup here with the RNAV. Good deal. Speed brakes, arm gears, 3 green. And Liberia traffic, American 1383 on the RNAV for runway 7, and I believe runways in sight. Could you drop one of those panels? Sorry, folks. The sun is just glaring in on my... There we go. Thank you. All right. Okay, got the airport coming off. All right, here we go. We are on a stabilized approach right now. Liberia traffic, 3 mile final, runway 7 American, 1383.
Approaching minimums.
Landing stable.
Minimum. 200. 100. 40. 20.
80 knots.
Liberia traffic, American 1383 off runway 7 to the terminal. Okay, let's see how I did on their version of stable approach. I'm gonna head for stand, I think 5. Stand 5 it is. All right, we are in the stand. Let's see, APU. All right, and welcome to Liberia. American 1383 on the ground. I really hope that's right. We'll find out in a second. All right, so we have submitted. Let's see what we did. Yeah, it is 162 feet a minute, but it's processing. So we'll come back. Maybe it'll be done by the time we're finished with the debrief here. Maybe not. All right, so let's go there. And let's get that out of the way. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, breakfast is deciding it's wanting to talk back. I had the fish. If you've seen Airplane. Oh, anyway. Okay, so we're out of the commercial break. Let's bring Elevatech in here. Right now, it looks pretty good. Hang on a second. Oh, there it is. Who is this? Oh, just somebody flying around. All right, let's complete the flight. Complete. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm little miffed. Looks like we were 20 or so feet off the center line. However, 161 feet a minute, 137, 1.3 Gs. Yes, we call that a good win. We'll see what the airline comes up with here in a second, but give you an idea of this is a neat little airport. Now, Costa Rica, both airports are fun because they kind of butt up against, we'll see if we can show it here, some volcanic and just plain old mountains, especially the San Juan? San Jose, Costa Rica. Oh, 2.5 RNAV, highly recommend it to y'all. All right, so we'll click that to map. We'll get rid of Elevatech and make way for the unofficial scorekeeper sim toolkit. 271, I'm not arguing. That part of the flight went well. I like the landing. Kind of planted it right where it should be. Let's view the report. 2 hour, 45-minute flight, 960 miles, just shy of 6,700 kilograms of fuel. All right, so here's the verdict. 2,000 or 19, you call it 2,000 feet down the runway, and only 18 feet. You know, I look at this and we're like hugging the center line and it'll say 20 feet. This looks like 20 to 30 feet and it says 18. Oh, sometimes the numbers are interesting, but hey, it's to me, I'm still in the landing zone and did a real good job staying with the center line. Got the nose up nearly 4 degrees, a little bit of roll for the wind, but 137 knots, 1.3 Gs, 271 feet a minute. That's a great landing. And thank you for being with Flying with Mike. All right, let me check back with my airline. It's still processing. Oh, I got 50 points for my stable approach. So I was stabilized. Wow, I thought for sure I wouldn't be. But hey, I kept it within the parameters. That's cool. Just looking through it. Yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, great flight. Loved it. Got my 290 points. You know what? I forgot where the events are for them this month. Buffalo. That's right, the frozen tundras. Minneapolis, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Cleveland, and Buffalo. No, thank you. All right, well, that wraps up Flight 1. I want to say thank you all very much. Give me 1 second to check in with the boss, and we'll be right back with you. Just give me a second. All right, folks, conversing with the wife, I think we're going to make this the only flight today. I want to thank you all for being with Flying with Mike today. We had a great flight here to Costa Rica. Hopefully our tail feathers are getting warm. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your week as we lead into the birth of Christ on Christmas Day. And be kind to each other. And got a great verse of the day for you. It may go for the week. Many streamers love to use this verse. Why? But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. It's the soar high on wings of eagles that many streamers love. I love it too. But don't forget, it all leads to Christ, who gives you that hope, gives you that strength to go on when things seem like impossible. Just always keep that in mind. So, you all have a great week. Keep Christmas alive in your heart and enjoy the next 2 weeks. God bless.